morning. In fact, it continues to be a busy morning. Green Bay, their only fifth ever stock sale for the company started about an hour ago at 8 o'clock this morning. They're selling 250,000 shares of stock, $250 a piece. Of course, these are very popular for Green Bay fans. So listen to this. The sale started at 8 a.m. Within the first 11 minutes, 1,600 orders were placed.
Wow.
For these. No joke. These fans, you know, we have the best fans in the world, Green Bay fans. So, but it was kind of interesting. Mark Murphy talked live from Lambeau this morning, said this is the first time, fifth sale in team history, stock sale, but the first time it's done all online.
Wow.
Even 97 was the most recent. Even back then, that was 800 number. You can still get them through the 800 number. By the way, PackersOwner.com is the site. 855-8GO-PACK if you want to buy them. And the site, they're running 24 hours a day until they're out. So, and they promise to have them there in time for Christmas.
Right.
Would you buy them?
Yeah. I think it'd be a neat. I don't think I would buy it, but it'd be a really cool gift to get.
What's the stock? What can you do with it?
You just hang it right there on your
Right.
wall.
That's
Piece of paper you get to hang on your wall, and you do get to go to stockholder meetings.
Right.
And stuff, but
You
it
can't
doesn't like,
vote.
yeah,
can't
it's
vote.
And it
not.
never goes up, and you can't sell it, so it's not like traditional stock.
It's
but
just
it's
kind of
cool.
a piece
But
of
it's
paper.
the
Owning a
only
piece
team
of
in
the
the whole
tax, huh?
country that the public owns. So that's why it's
Right.
kind of, you know, the
Interesting.
fun
We
of it.
posted this
so.
on Facebook today for you guys because if you remember the champagne bottles that the Brewers had used in the celebrations, the empty bottles were going for $250.
That's cool.
You know, so which one would you rather have? The piece of paper with the stock for the Packers or the champagne bottle?
That's a good question.
You know, most of the people on Facebook said that they would go for the Packers if they went for anything at all, just because it is the piece of paper. What would you really do with the champagne bottle? You'd have to tell your friends, hey, by the way, that's a champagne
You have
bottle.
to explain it.
Yeah.
Where's
Yeah.
the
Or you can take
certificate?
fingerprints
And the
on it.
authentication.
Find out what players actually touched
Player,
it.
yeah,
That would
that's
be
true.
cool.
That's true.
But
So-
most people said that they're going to vote for Santa this year. $250 is a lot of money. They'd rather put that money to the gifts.
Yeah.
So it's a hard time right now to think about
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
But if you got the money, that's a really cool
They will
gift.
go. I'm sure they'll go fast.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
They will.
Absolutely.
All right, a group of teenagers, Mayfair Mall, jump onto the bus all screaming and yelling. They've got all of this clothes and other things that they took from the mall. Thank God that the bus driver noticed, hey, why are all these screaming kids? What are they doing with all these things in their hands? And called police. Turned out that they arrested 8 of the 10 teenagers. 2 of them Macy's couldn't actually identify, so they got released, but ended up taking in 10. Wow. So the clothes were taken from their hands, and Kohl's will be put in their stockings.
Yeah.
You know, and not
Just
Kohl's the
sad.
store.
So
Piece
now
of
this,
Kohl.
were they like ransacking the mall, or did they just start trouble on the bus?
Well, apparently they started trouble on one bus, then got off and went into the mall, and then jumped onto another bus. Like one bus driver kicked them out for being loud. And
Yeah,
then they
police
went-
were called even for what they were doing on the bus. Then they went to the mall. That's according to the patch, or they're reporting the
Gotta
story.
have
But
Yes,
it's just
right,
scary
thanks to
because
the
we're all
patch.
going to the mall, and people who don't always go to the mall or, you know, fight the crowds anyway are going this time of year.
You know what?
and
But I
this
wonder
happens.
again, like, what's your position? What do you do? Because it's intimidating, and they know it. When there's a group of them and one of you, I was in the nail salon a couple of weeks ago, and this little thugette was in there showing her backside, and I suggested that the owner just call the police. And she said, that's how people get their blank beat. And I said, oh, little girl, I am so not the one. But she had 3 of her little thugette friends.
Trying
And
to
I sat there and I thought,
Really?
oh, she could like text some more thugette friends. I ain't trying to make the news.
Isn't that
Right.
But
if you weren't sitting
so
here
I held my position when I went home. But and 'tis the season when you got, you know, I just say, God, if you're still feeding and clothing your child, try and control them.
Yeah, when you say she was showing her
Somebody-
backside, she was just showing bad behavior.
She was
Not that she was wearing
out
crack
of
pants
place
or something.
Oh, thank you.
I just want to make, I don't
Yes.
know.
I was curious.
I was
too.
curious. Maybe her, and I was
Cultural
the one that asked.
breakdown. She was behaving rudely and not obeying the laws and regulations of the nail salon.
Oh,
Not
okay.
doing what the owner of the business was asking her
Not
to
that
do.
she was partially naked.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Good to know.
So she
Showing her
wasn't mooning the
backside.
nail people. Because that's what I thought.
Me too. Look at cultural breakdown.
The cultural
See, you learned
breakdown
something.
has
See how
come to
much you learned?
Kumbaya.
I didn't understand. I was lost a little bit.
Thank you.
One of my callers was out.
Tis the season for some office holiday parties. If you're single, does that mean bringing a date, or are you going to go solo?